Have you ever woken up after a full night's rest only to feel even more exhausted than when you first laid your head down? Perhaps you've noticed that your ankles seem a little puffier than usual, or there's that persistent dull ache in your lower back that you simply cannot explain away. Most people brush off these signs without a second thought, but I need you to listen very carefully. These could very well be your kidneys quietly and desperately crying out for help. And here is the urgent, undeniable truth. Right now in America, more than 1 out of every 7 adults is already living with some stage of kidney disease. The vast majority of them won't find out until it is far too late, until the damage has already become permanent and irreversible. I'm Dr. Jason. And today I am going to show you how something as simple as the fruit you choose to eat every single morning can either actively protect your kidneys or slowly, silently poison them without you ever realizing what's happening. The good news is this: you don't need expensive detox kits. You don't need costly pills or complicated supplements. Just 3 common fruits you can find at any local grocery store, hold within them the power to cleanse, protect, and even rejuvenate your kidneys. And here is the part that most people completely miss. These fruits are affordable. They are delicious. And when you eat them the right way, they transform into one of the most powerful forms of natural medicine your body could ever hope for. So please stay with me all the way until the end, because by the time we are finished, you will know exactly how to turn your breakfast into the simplest, most effective kidney therapy you have ever tried in your life. Let's begin with a fruit that is so ordinary, so everyday, that most people never realize just how extraordinary it truly is for your kidneys: the apple. You have probably heard the old saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. But here is what most people don't understand. When it comes to your kidneys, that saying isn't just a catchy, clever phrase. It is a truth backed by decades of solid research and real-life health transformations. Imagine this. Meet Margaret, a 65-year-old retired teacher from Portland. For years, she had been struggling with borderline diabetes and rising cholesterol levels. Her energy was constantly low, her ankles would swell after just a few hours on her feet, and her doctor warned her that her kidneys were beginning to show early signs of strain and stress. She felt completely helpless until she made one small, seemingly minor change. Every single morning, instead of grabbing a pastry and a coffee on her way out the door, she started her day with a crisp, fresh apple. 3 months later, her lab work told an entirely different story. Her blood sugar had stabilized, her cholesterol had dropped significantly, and her kidney numbers had improved in a way that surprised even her doctor. And here is the most important part of Margaret's story. She didn't do anything extreme. She didn't take fancy supplements or follow some complicated, hard-to-stick-to diet plan. She simply chose to eat 1 apple each morning. So why did this work so well? Because apples are packed with soluble fiber, especially a special type called pectin. This fiber acts like a sponge inside your digestive tract, binding to harmful cholesterol and carrying it out of your body before it ever has the chance to clog your blood vessels or put extra strain on your kidneys. When your cholesterol levels go down, your blood flows more freely and easily, and your kidneys no longer have to fight so hard just to filter waste from your system, and that is only the beginning. Apples are also rich in antioxidants, powerful compounds like flavonoids and polyphenols. Think of these antioxidants as little bodyguards that are constantly patrolling your system, neutralizing dangerous free radicals before they can damage your delicate kidney cells. Oxidative stress is one of the top underlying causes of chronic kidney disease. Every single time you bite into a crunchy apple, you are sending in reinforcements to fight that invisible battle happening deep inside your body. And then there is hydration. Most people don't automatically connect apples with hydration, but they absolutely should. A fresh apple is about 85% water. That means that while you are enjoying that juicy, satisfying crunch, you are also helping your kidneys stay flushed and clean, reducing the buildup of toxins and actively supporting the filtration process. Proper hydration is like oil in an engine. It keeps everything running smoothly. Without it, the entire system wears down much faster. Now, let's talk about blood sugar, because high blood sugar is one of the leading drivers of kidney damage. The soluble fiber in apples helps slow down the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream, preventing those dangerous spikes and crashes that harm your kidneys over time. For people like Margaret, who was teetering right on the edge of diabetes, this benefit alone made a massive, life-changing difference. Stable blood sugar means less pressure on your kidneys, less inflammation throughout your body, and a much healthier future overall. Another overlooked advantage of apples is that they are naturally low in potassium. For people who are already dealing with kidney disease, high potassium foods can be risky, sometimes even dangerous. That is why apples are considered one of the safest fruits you can enjoy daily without any fear of overloading your kidneys. They offer sweetness, crunch, and real nourishment, all while staying completely kidney friendly. And let's not forget about the immune system. Apples are a good source of vitamin C, which strengthens your body's natural defenses and helps repair tissue throughout your body, including your kidneys. That means extra protection against infections and inflammation that could otherwise cause major setbacks. Think of it as building a stronger, thicker shield around two of the hardest working organs in your entire body. Beyond the science, there is something simple but deeply powerful about the way apples fit into everyday life. They are incredibly versatile. You can slice them into your morning oatmeal, blend them into a smoothie, pack one for a mid-morning snack, or just grab one and go. They require no real preparation. They are affordable, and they are available at every grocery store in every season. No excuses, just an easy, sustainable daily habit that adds up to enormous benefits over time. Now, I want you to pause for a moment and really think about this. If one small apple every morning can lower your cholesterol, balance your blood sugar, reduce inflammation, hydrate your body, and protect your kidneys, what possible excuse is there not to eat one? It is the kind of low-effort, high-reward habit that could literally extend your life and improve your quality of life for years to come. But here's the catch. Apples alone cannot do all the work. They are a fantastic first step, but they don't address every single threat that your kidneys face. For example, what about urinary tract infections? These silent troublemakers can creep into your system, spread upward into your urinary tract, and cause irreversible damage to your kidneys if they are left unchecked. That is where another fruit comes in. Tiny, tart, and far too often overlooked. It has a shocking, scientifically proven ability to block infections before they even get started. And if you have never made it part of your morning routine, you are about to discover exactly why you should. Now, let's move on to a fruit that simply does not get nearly enough attention: cranberries. Most people only think about them once a year, maybe at Thanksgiving, when they are turned into a sauce that sits on the dinner table. But here is the truth. Cranberries are one of the most underrated, overlooked kidney protectors that you can possibly eat. And if you are over 60, they could make all the difference in the world. Take Robert, for example, a 70-year-old retired carpenter from Ohio. For years, he dealt with recurring urinary tract infections, the kind that leave you uncomfortable, exhausted, and constantly worried about when the next flare-up is going to hit. Each infection chipped away at his kidney health, little by little. His doctor explained something that many people never realize. UTIs aren't just annoying. Left untreated or recurring too often, they can actually spread upward to the kidneys and cause permanent, irreversible damage. That was Robert's wake-up call. Instead of relying only on antibiotics, he added one simple, consistent habit to his daily routine: a glass of unsweetened cranberry juice every single morning. Within just a few months, the infections practically disappeared, and his energy came back in a way he hadn't felt in years. So why did this happen? Because cranberries contain unique plant compounds called proanthocyanidins. These compounds work like a protective shield, preventing harmful bacteria like E. coli from sticking to the walls of your urinary tract. If the bacteria cannot stick, they cannot multiply and spread upward. That is why cranberries are considered one of nature's very best defenses against the kind of infections that put your kidneys at serious risk. But that is only part of the story. Cranberries are also packed with vitamin C, one of the most important nutrients for kidney health. Vitamin C strengthens your immune system, boosts collagen production, and actively helps repair delicate kidney tissue that gets stressed and damaged day after day. For older adults who are more prone to both infections and chronic inflammation, this protection is absolutely priceless. Let's go deeper into the science. Research published in the Journal of Urology found that older adults who regularly consume cranberries reduce their risk of urinary tract infections by nearly 40%. That is not a minor number. That is a life-changing reduction because every single infection you avoid means one less chance for your kidneys to be scarred, weakened, or permanently damaged. Cranberries also deliver a heavy dose of antioxidants, flavonoids, and polyphenols that fight inflammation deep inside your body. Remember this, chronic inflammation is one of the silent killers of kidney health. It slowly, steadily damages the microscopic filters inside your kidneys, reducing their ability to clean your blood properly. By calming that inflammation, cranberries give your kidneys the breathing room they need to function the way they were designed to. And here's another important detail. For people who are already living with kidney disease, potassium can be a real problem. Many fruits are loaded with potassium, which in high amounts can become dangerous. Cranberries, however, are naturally low in potassium. That means they are not just powerful, they are safe, even for those who need to monitor their potassium intake very closely. Now, you might be wondering, how do you add cranberries to your diet without getting bored? The good news is that cranberries are surprisingly versatile. You can blend them into a smoothie with apples and grapes. You can sprinkle dried cranberries on a fresh salad. Just be sure to choose the unsweetened variety. You can drink a small glass of pure, unsweetened cranberry juice in the morning, just like Robert did. The tart flavor may take some getting used to, but I promise you, your kidneys will thank you for making the effort. But let's talk about something absolutely critical here. Most people only buy cranberry juice cocktails, the ones loaded with added sugar. That kind of juice will not help you. In fact, it will hurt you. Too much sugar spikes your blood sugar, increases inflammation throughout your body, and ultimately puts even more stress on your kidneys. If you want the real benefits, you must stick to pure, unsweetened cranberry products. Yes, they taste tart, but that tartness is the taste of real natural medicine. So why are cranberries such a game changer? Because they tackle two major threats to kidney health at the exact same time: infections and inflammation. By stopping harmful bacteria from sticking to your urinary tract and calming the internal fire of chronic inflammation, they offer double-layered protection. Add in the vitamin C boost and the naturally low potassium content, and you have one of the safest, smartest, most effective fruits for kidney support that nature has ever created. Now, think about this. If a fruit as small and humble as the cranberry can stop infections that antibiotics sometimes fail to control, why wouldn't you make it a part of your daily routine? It is affordable, it is natural, and it can literally save your kidneys from years of silent progressive damage. But here's the twist. You are still missing one piece of the puzzle. Because while cranberries fight infections and reduce inflammation, there is another fruit that works even deeper. This one tackles oxidative stress inside your cells, improves blood circulation throughout your body, and protects both your kidneys and your heart at the same time. And unlike the tart, bold cranberry, this fruit is sweet, juicy, and incredibly easy to enjoy. It is the one that might surprise you the most. And finally, let's talk about a fruit that is as sweet and refreshing as a summer day itself: grapes. You might think of them as just a quick, convenient snack, But the truth is that these little clusters of sweetness are like tiny medicine cabinets, packed with compounds that directly protect your kidneys in ways that few other foods can. Take Elaine, for example, a 67-year-old grandmother from Texas. She had been struggling with high blood pressure for years. Every checkup seemed worse than the one before. Her doctor warned her that her uncontrolled blood pressure was slowly choking her kidneys, forcing them to work overtime just to keep up with the demands of her body. She felt drained, worried, and deeply frustrated. Then, instead of reaching for soda or sweet tea in the afternoons, Elaine made one simple change. She began eating a cup of grapes every single afternoon. Within just a few weeks, her blood pressure began to stabilize. The swelling in her ankles started to go down, and her kidney labs began to show real, measurable improvement. So what happened? The secret lies in a powerful compound called resveratrol. Resveratrol is one of the most potent antioxidants found anywhere in nature, and it is present in high amounts in grapes. It works by neutralizing free radicals, those unstable, damaging molecules that harm your cells and speed up the aging process inside your kidneys. Imagine your kidneys as two delicate, finely woven filters. Every single day, free radicals scratch and wear those filters down, but resveratrol comes in like an expert repair crew, calming inflammation, reducing oxidative stress, and actively protecting those fragile filters from further damage. That is why people like Elaine see such impressive results when they add grapes to their daily routine. But resveratrol is not working alone. Grapes are also rich in flavonoids and polyphenols, two more powerful classes of antioxidants that fight chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation is one of the most silent, overlooked killers of kidney health. You cannot always feel it, but it slowly scars the delicate tissues inside your kidneys, reducing their ability to filter your blood effectively. Every handful of grapes sends a wave of anti-inflammatory compounds into your system, cooling down that hidden internal fire and giving your kidneys the room they need to heal and recover. And let's not forget about hydration. Grapes are made up of about 80% water. That means that every single juicy, sweet bite helps your kidneys do exactly what they were designed to do: flush out toxins, balance your body's fluids, and keep your entire system clean and running smoothly. Most older adults simply do not drink enough water during the day, but grapes sneak hydration into your body without you even noticing. It is like nature's way of giving your kidneys a gentle, continuous internal rinse. The science backs this up completely. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition linked regular grape consumption to improve blood vessel function, lower blood pressure, and reduced markers of kidney stress. That is incredibly important because your kidneys and your cardiovascular system work together as a team. When your heart and blood vessels are healthy, your kidneys thrive. When your blood pressure drops into a healthier range, your kidneys no longer have to battle against constant strain and pressure. Grapes, in other words, protect both systems at the very same time. Now, some people worry about potassium. Grapes do contain some potassium, but here is the good news. It is in moderate, manageable amounts. That makes them much safer than many other fruits that are completely overloaded with potassium. For most people, a serving of grapes is not only safe, it is genuinely beneficial. Of course, if you are on dialysis or you have been given strict potassium limits by your doctor, you should always follow your physician's guidance. But for the vast majority of seniors and people with early to moderate kidney concerns, grapes are a smart, safe, and delicious choice. Think about how easy they are to enjoy. You can freeze them for a cool, refreshing treat on a hot day. You can toss them into a fresh salad for a burst of natural sweetness. You can blend them into a smoothie along with apples and cranberries for a triple threat kidney-friendly combo. Grapes are affordable, portable, and they require absolutely no preparation. Just rinse and eat. Here is another bonus. Grapes also support your immune system. They contain vitamin C, which fights off infections, and vitamin K, which supports healthy circulation and strong bones. So, while you are actively protecting your kidneys, you are also boosting your overall vitality and well-being. Now, let's get practical. If you are someone who craves sweets, and most of us do, grapes can become your very best friend. Instead of grabbing cookies, candy, or other processed sweets that spike your blood sugar and damage your kidneys, reach for a handful of sweet, juicy grapes. You will satisfy that craving completely while giving your body something it actually needs to heal and thrive. So, ask yourself this honest question. If something as simple as a cup of grapes per day could lower your blood pressure, reduce inflammation, hydrate your body, and protect both your kidneys and your heart, why wouldn't you start today? But let me be very clear. Just like with apples and cranberries, grapes alone are not the whole story. The real transformative power comes from weaving all three of these fruits into your daily routine, creating a simple, sustainable morning habit that consistently shields and supports your kidneys for the long run. And that is exactly what I want to share with you in our conclusion. How these fruits work best when they are combined together, and why small, consistent changes can make the difference between healthy, functioning kidneys and a future of dialysis. Stay with me, because this last part may be the most important of everything we have discussed today.